kitchen. I am Donna, and I'm the owner and the innkeeper at Main Street Manor Bed and Breakfast in Flemington. We decided that today for you we were going to make a perfect fall breakfast edition item, or you could even use it for your desserts. We're going to make some homemade granola. This is a very autumny kind of an oatmeal, so it's going to have a lot of spices and a little bit of heat. Some nice crunchy seeds and some nuts, a little bit of cranberry. So let me get you started. I'll tell you what I've got here. I started with 4 cups of oatmeal, and this is an organic oatmeal. I really like to use Bob's Red Mill. It's organic, and anything that's organic means that it hasn't been treated with any kind of pesticide or anything that's bad for us. So I like to use organic, and you don't want to use any kind of a quick cooking oatmeal. You want to use old-fashioned oats. I am just warming up. You don't need to cook it. It's basically done now. This is about a half of a cup of honey. I've got about a 1/4 cup of any kind of vegetable oil, or you can use canola oil if you have that in the house, it's fine. So basically what you want to do is just mix the two together on top of the stove. You don't want to boil it or anything, you just want to warm it up, and you just want it to be sort of a loose consistency. So this is done. This can just kind of sit here and wait. And what we're going to do in the meantime is we're going to grate a little bit of orange, because I like a little bit of a zest of orange. So we're going to grate a little bit of the orange into our mixture our time. So what we're going to do is we're just going to add everything to this except for the cranberries. So I am going to do, and I like it a little bit heavy on the seeds and all this stuff, so I'm going to do about a 1/4 cup of everything. So I'm going to do about a 1/4 cup of my sunflower seeds, walnuts, and I'm going to do about a 1/4 cup of my pepitas, or pumpkin seeds, as they're more widely known. And I'm going to mix that up. I'm going to do the same thing again one more time, another 1/4 cup. Is mixed together. It's easier to mix it, to me, if you do it in 2 different batches. So this is all the yumminess that you've come up with. Okay, and now I'm going to add some coconut. This is sweetened coconut. If you want, I don't want a real heavy taste, but I just want a little hint of that in there, because I think it makes it interesting. It makes it. Oh, I'm a little heavy-handed with the cinnamon. You can go with your taste, but I'm going to say that a tablespoon is what I would normally use. And I think the rationale is 3 teaspoons makes 1 tablespoon. I'm not positive, but again, or 1 tablespoon. And then, because I think nutmeg is the secret ingredient to every recipe, especially when you're baking something, as long as somebody can have nuts. Or when I make a quiche, I'll add it, or I make a strata, I'll add it. When it's an egg dish, a lot of time nutmeg is kind of like a background ingredient, but people kind of go, what's in there that tastes really, really nice? What we're going to do is we're going to pour over the combination of the honey, the oil, and the orange zest, and we're just going to mix all this together and just make sure that the oatmeal gets coated really nicely with all of the honey and oil and orange coming. So now I have a baking sheet with parchment on it. I'm just going to distribute this to the best of my ability on 2 baking sheets. And now what I want to do is I just want to make sure that it's laid out on the cookie sheet fairly thinly, because we want to make sure that it cooks, and it's going to get nice and brown. So now I'm just going to pop these babies in the oven. 350 degree oven. I would check it after about 20 minutes or so. And let your nose be your guide. I'm going to pull it out. And we're just going to set it on our table here. So I'm going to use about a cup of dried cranberries. Whoops, that might be a little heavy-handed there, Donna. And what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna crumble them as we go along and mix them into this. You don't wanna bake them in the oven because they're gonna get sticky and it's gonna not be a good thing. So you just wanna work them in and just lay them on top a little bit. This is cooling, so we're in good shape. And then you're just gonna kind of break this up a little bit, okay, with your wooden spoon. Just get into it and just break it up a little bit. That's it. So the granola is mixed and made, and then I just leave it out on the table until it's cool. Thanks for visiting us today. We hope you'll come and visit us in real life someday. Donna and Ken, Main Street Manor Bed and Breakfast, Flemington, New Jersey. Have a great autumn.